Talk to me. I think I'm starting to feel a little better now. I'm sorry to worry you, Shuichi. I was a bit worried. I'm glad you're feeling better. There was something I needed to ask Kibo. Hey Kibo, before we went into the hangar this morning, you said... So I went to the hangar last night and tried to talk to him. You tried to talk to him on your own? I'm sorry, I thought it would be preferable for him to release Kaito peacefully. How did it go? It went about as well as expected. There was no response at all. But I did witness a few things. You said that you witnessed a few things. What exactly did you see? Ah, yes. Since we were in a hurry, I only told you about the exocell returning to the hangar. Yes, you said the exocells could pass through the alarm system and barrier to the hangar. Hi. I never imagined something like this would happen, so I didn't mention it before. But before I saw the exocell, I saw someone heading toward the hangar. You saw someone? I saw Himiko. And the music stops.
あれは僕が自分の研究教室で大間くんを説得するための文章を考えていた時なのですが、彼女がこの格納庫に向かっていくのが見えました。
Oh, she's got the case.
その手には
She put the case through the bathroom window?
黒い袋のようなものを持っていました。
黒い袋のようなもの？
僕は
It's like, but wait, I never told anyone it was a black duffel bag, so if anybody says it's not the same color as my duffel bag, they must be the killer. At the time, I assumed she was going there to examine things or plead with Kokichi. And since she came back, I didn't think much of it. But after seeing her reaction this morning, I started to get a little suspicious. What did you say? She was acting like she had something to hide. It's not that I want to suspect her. True, it is suspicious, which means she's definitely not the killer. You said you saw her come back as well. Was she holding the bag at that time? Now that I think about it, she didn't. So she had it coming in, but not leaving. It has to be. That black bag Himiko was carrying was... By the way, this is a little off topic, Shuichi, but... Huh? What is it? The reason I wasn't feeling well may have been due to the electrobomb. But it was because of the electromagnetic particles, not because I'm a robot. So what I experienced was akin to an allergic reaction, such as hay fever. So it could have affected a human the same way. Being a robot had nothing to do with it. Right, that must be it. So that thing Himiko said was bothering him. Maybe he really is a bit too sensitive. The hangar's shutter. There's a security alarm here. You have to use the alarm remote to disable it to get near the shutter. If you come near the shutter without the remote, a loud alarm would go off around the entire academy. We had to use an electrobomb to disable the sensor and the alarm. That's how we got into the hangar. Oh, maybe somebody... Somebody could have destroyed the panel so that you couldn't enter the code, right? They wanted to prevent Kokichi from using the panel. It's not exactly a bomb, though, even if it is called an electro-bomb. It jams electronic signals by scattering particles that interfere with electromagnetic waves. For 2 hours, any and all electronic devices within 50 yards will be completely disabled. It's perfect for any secret activities, too, since it doesn't leave any debris behind. This invention is extraordinary, but I only have 3 of them. So I need to use them carefully. You guys will have to settle for the electro hammers. Now that I think about it, there were 3 electro bombs total. 1 was stolen by Maki, but what of the other 2? This is the bathroom window. This is the hangar's only window, and it's not possible to fit through. That means the only way to get into this hangar is through the shutter. That's all I was concerned about with the hangar. But I still don't have enough clues. There have to be more. The other places that might yield some clues are, I'm glad that he magically knows where clues are. That's a handy ability to have. Mackie's lab and my lab. The crossbow in the bathroom. The bottle of poison. I need to investigate those leads. I should also inspect the 3 exocells that were protecting Monokuma. Why were they protecting him in the first place? That might be related to the case as well. So maybe Maki had more than one grenade. Maybe she stole all 3. The exocell isn't showing any signs of moving. If Kokichi is alive, he can use his remote control to move them as he pleases. But that remote control Kokichi has for the exocells, what is it exactly? Does he have that because he's the mastermind? Can you say that for all these? Liberty gibbet. Do I have to look at the empty space where Monokuma was standing? No. Wellity, wellity, wellity. There's an electro hammer here, but why? And it's out of power. It must have been used. But used for what? Dodoy. But be careful. The electro hammer runs out of battery pretty quickly. So if you use it against an exocell, it'll run out of juice with just one shot. Got it? If the electro hammer's power is expended, it takes 24 hours to recharge. We know that for certain. I remember the site I saw yesterday. Exocells protecting Monokuma for some reason. Kokichi said he was the mastermind. The exocells should have been around him. So why were they still protecting Monokuma? And 4 of them, too. I suppose I was so caught up in thinking about Kokichi, I ignored Monokuma. Pay attention. Listen up. Take heed, I say. Monokuma? It's just, I noticed that you came this way last night, Shuichi. Huh? You were acting all sneaky, weren't you? Like a teenage boy trying to creep in the adults movie section of the video store. But you didn't need to sneak around, because the exocells wouldn't have attacked you. What are you saying? We didn't have to sneak? Because everyone's coming to rent adult movies, so in a way, everyone going there is the same. No, not that. I mean about the exocells not attacking us. Oh, at the time, the exocells were on autopilot and directed to only observe me. Their movements are more limited now that the monocubs aren't around to pilot them. Autopilot? You mean the remote control that Kokichi has? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So the exocells were being controlled by Kokichi's remote control. But they were focusing on Monokuma? Why are you telling me all of this? This puts the person controlling you at a disadvantage. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about this. Even if it puts someone at a disadvantage, the class trial must always be fair. The person who shared that info with me didn't seem interested in sharing it with you guys. So you share it instead. That way it'll be fair to all the participants. Tell him, Shuichi! So someone else besides me knows this. Why wouldn't they share this information? Okay, that's all I can tell you. By the way, renting movies is so old school, it's more thrilling to illegally download them. It's like trying not to get caught by a big game hunter while holding your breath during sex. Is it? I wouldn't know. This information about the exocells could be a clue to solving this case. I should remember this. Now can I leave? Or am I going to be stopped again? He's going to say, my clue senses are tingling. I know that I shouldn't leave yet. No, now he will leave. So we want to check both of the labs. I won't warp either, just to see if we run into someone on the way. They probably won't do that. Put, like, just a person randomly standing in a hallway that we need to talk to in order to progress the game. That's the bug one. So we gotta go up another floor. I also should be on the lookout for hidden Monokumas. They're generally just standing out in the open where they're easy to see. I just have to make sure I don't have the map covering them. Ultimate Assassin Lab. I feel as though there are less weapons here than I remember. Yeah, he brought a big pile of them. Alright, everyone's here. I hope you're all ready. Are those weapons? So you went to my lab yesterday to find weapons to use against Monokuma. It's because Kaito had them. I feel as though there are less weapons here than I remember. Meow. I haven't done this in a while. As I suspected, there are two black bags here identical to the one in the hangar. Their cases are the crossbows. The crossbows are inside, but disassembled. It looks as if they don't even fit in the case unless they're disassembled. But there are two. When I was here with Kaito before... Wow. He is taking his time putting this together. They're like, don't worry, we'll save the hard questions for the trial. Like, what was in that black case? And I'm sure Kaito didn't have a crossbow with him. In that case, the crossbow in the hangar must have come from here. Which means someone must have brought it to them. Alright. Take it easy. Take it easy. You've been sitting in your room with no food and no desire to live for the past couple days. You gotta ease yourself back into the detective thing. But it's fairly difficult to put together the crossbow. I don't believe you'd be able to do it unless Maki taught you. I'll think more about that later. For now, I need to investigate. Look at all these guns. Even if they're all airsoft guns, which they shouldn't be, because isn't this an assassin's laboratory? Are we seriously suggesting that those are just freaking pellet guns? Can I leave? I can. Alright, maybe all I need... The only clue that I needed is, the black case must have been a crossbow bag that came from Maki's lab. Something that we knew, like, 3 trials ago. That's computer and art, so we gotta go up another floor. That's the cosplay lab, which may come in handy, right? I have actually not thought of that in a long time. The fact that she can cosplay. Why does that look weird? I'm playing too much of the witness. Who cares? It's not a puzzle. It's not a puzzle. Just run. We still don't know. The icon. The icon I hadn't noticed looks like a knife with blood dripping from it. And that's clearly a knife right there. Ultimate knife wielder. Let me click on it. Let's just do that. Fine. Now this shouldn't be the last place to investigate. We only took an hour to do this. There should be more. That bottle of poison in the hangar, I need to confirm that it came from here. And this is how we confirm things. I'm being a detective. All you do is knock stuff off of tables. Destroy furniture. There are a bunch of bottles on top of the desk. Did someone take them out? These bottles say antidote. Antidotes, huh? I didn't know these were here. According to the labels, each bottle is only one dose, and each one only works on a specific poison. Well, I suppose that makes sense. Oh, you dip the crossbow bolts into the antidote, and that way if someone gets poisoned, you're like, hold still! One of these crossbow bolts will save you. Do you feel better? No? How do you feel now? And then you shot them with all 3 antidotes, so you've guaranteed no matter which poison they drank, now they are fine. Well, I suppose that makes sense. There are plenty different kinds of poisons, so that must be true for antidotes. There are several bottles of poison lined up here. I haven't seen any poison outside of this lab, so the small bottle of poison I found must have come from here. There's a little less liquid inside this bottle than the others. Radical 6 poison. Oh my gosh, it all comes together. The nonary game. No, I guess that's supposed to be a pun on strychnine, but they called it strike-9 to avoid copyright? Or just to be funny? This poison takes some time to spread, but even a small amount of it can be lethal. I can't imagine that there's a smaller amount in this bottle for no reason. This must be a clue. Poison. Strike 9 poison and antidotes. That is disconcerting. None of these antidotes are for the Strike 9 poison. R Sneak, Harmlock, Knight's Hate. They're all for different poisons. What could that mean?
Yes.
Alright, I've investigated this room thoroughly. I didn't find any evidence to suggest Kaito isn't dead. On the contrary, there's plenty of evidence to suggest Kokichi isn't dead. Monokuma is still moving around, and the killing game hasn't ended. And Kaito's clothes were in the hydraulic press. Which means the victim must be... No, it's too soon to think like that. If I investigate a little more, I'll find something. There's still time. I should head back to the hangar. Perhaps I missed something. I should check again. See, I told you guys. You were all worried that that was going to be the end of the investigation. What did I say? I said, no, it's not. Oh, I can't fast travel. Can I at least go to the first floor? I can't go anywhere. Is it because something happens as soon as I step out of the room? I step out of the room and get stabbed by Leon, and somebody else takes over as the main character. I see how it is. Too much of the witness. Trial start. No, not yet. I'm telling you, it's not time for the trial yet. Couldn't fast travel because while running, I fall down the stairs and break my neck. And then everybody dies because they can't figure out who killed me. Why can't I inspect these, huh? What if that's a clue? Also, I'm lost. Now, what was so important that they made me walk all this way instead of teleporting? Nothing. They just wanted to waste my time. Well, that's fine. Ugh. And that's when it happened. No, what's going on?
Saihara-kun.
Oh, Shuichi, can you come with me?
どうしたの？
Is something wrong? I found something strange in the bathroom. Please, hurry. I already found everything in the bathroom. Don't pretend. Don't pretend there's something else in there. You're luring me in here to kill me. He shouted quickly and ran into the bathroom. It's the oldest trick in the book. The old robot lures you into the bathroom where he's waiting with a stone club. What are you talking about, Kibo? Yumiko, come with me. Kibo is looking for you, you know. Hurry up and get to the bathroom. I'm not gonna ask what you're gonna do with a robot in a bathroom. What's on Himiko's mind? Kibo, what are you looking at?
Hi.
Take a look at this. These are Kokichi's clothes? It's soaked and wrinkled, but there's no doubt these are Kokichi's. Where did you find this? I didn't see it when I was investigating the bathroom. And why are they soaked? Well, the toilet seemed clogged, so I reached my hand down the drain and pulled out these clothes. It looks like they couldn't be flushed all the way. Couldn't be flushed all the way? Why were these clothes in the toilet in the first place? Yes, it was very brave of me, and thanks to that I managed to find an important clue. Now, Shuichi, please investigate as much as you want. Yeah. Clogging the toilet, huh? But this isn't the time to hesitate. Just pretend it's a dead body, and that you're Kirigiri. Kokichi's clothes, found in the bathroom. If they were found in the toilet, someone must have tried to flush them. But who would do that? Is something the matter? Please, investigate. He's really eager to watch me fondle these toilet clothes. Okay. The ultimate detective can't stop here. This has to be an important clue.
Yes.
All right. I made up my mind, grabbed Kokichi's soaked clothes, and spread them open. Huh? There's a small hole in the back. And another small hole on the sleeve. This is about the same size as the one on Kaito's sleeve. They must have both been poisoned, and so they took turns shooting each other with antidote arrows. There are traces of blood around the holes, too. What does this mean? It could mean that he was attacked. In that case, there's a chance Kokichi was the one crushed in the hydraulic press. Kibo, thank you. Thank you. This is a very important clue.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm happy I was able to help, but I must decline shaking that hand of yours. Your hands aren't clean either, though. But if Kokichi was the one crushed in the hydraulic press, where did Kaito go? Why not show himself? And why is this game still going even though the mastermind is dead? If this is awkward, Shuichi, I can give you some privacy. You're concerned about that? Kibo and I washed our hands in the sink and left the bathroom. Hey, it's almost time for the class trial to start, right? Was no one able to find Kokichi? I wonder. I haven't heard from anyone. I wonder where he went off to. Did he disappear? He can't still be in the hangar. Or under there. Shuichi, do you think the one who died was Kokichi? Huh? I mean, your face says you want to think that. But I think that's just plain impossible. Kokichi's been manipulating us all from the start. I can't believe someone like that could be killed by Kaito. Of course, I don't mean to compliment Kokichi or make fun of Kaito or anything. I know. You're probably right. Tsumugi has a good point. I still don't have enough clues to conclude that Kokichi died. But I'm certain that one of them must have. No, it could have been one of the other dead bodies, don't forget. Oh my gosh, that was a really short investigation. We're actually done.
Well. 希望と絶望がぶつかり合う学級裁判のお時間です。いつものように中庭にある裁きの祠から裁判場へと向かってください。全員ちゃんと集まらないとダメだよ。集まらない生徒は誰であろうと、その場で致死レベルの体罰を与えるからね。次はどんな絶望がお前らを待ってるのかな。
Everyone needs to be there. That means Kokichi or Kaito, whoever is alive, will be there. At the trial, we'll know who the victim is. It's already starting. All of us. That means Kokichi will come too. We're out of time. Let's head to the trial grounds. We need to settle our business with Kokichi. It's time. I'll go on ahead then. I wonder if it's just because this is going to be a longer trial. That's why the investigation was shorter? Or maybe I've just dragged my feet a lot on all of the previous investigations. Just wound up having a lot of conversations with chat or stopping for 5 minutes every 5 minutes to brainstorm. Ludifex, hey, good evening. I am right on the verge of ending as we are proceeding to the trial grounds and we will be saving the trial for tomorrow. But it's interesting. Before we end, I'll go over my theories a little bit again. This isn't everyone, right? Kaito and Kokichi aren't here. I bet Kokichi is already there. Yeah, tune into Court TV instead. I still have... Saturday nights, I also work. So Sunday night and Monday night are my two nights off from work. So that's the reason we can't have the trial tonight, because I need to go into work in a couple hours. Tomorrow around 3 or 4 Eastern is when I'll start. And we'll do the trial and power through a bunch of Chapter 6, if there is one, which there must be, because it's Danganronpa. And if we don't finish the trial, we probably won't. The endings to this game are always really long, so we won't finish it Sunday. We'll probably... I'll put in another 6 hours or so on Monday and finish it, I guess. As the mastermind of the killing game, he's waiting for us to arrive. Yeah. We don't know that yet. There's still a chance Kaito is alive. Cut it out. Do you want to die? Maki. This is a battle between hope and despair. If I show any weakness like you are, then I know I'll lose to despair. Lose to despair. 6 of us will participate, and 1 of us will die after this class trial. Then only 5 will be left. Only 5. That's right. We're the only ones left. But we can't lose to despair. Even if we have no future, we need to win. That is the whole point of this class trial. I will defeat Kokichi, no matter what I have to sacrifice. No matter what she has to sacrifice? Are you sure about that, Maki? Is that what you call hope? I know we can't lose to despair, but something is wrong. Something doesn't feel right. I wonder what Kaito would say at a time like this. What would he say to us? If it was Kaito. Let's go. No matter what Kokichi is scheming, there's no way we can lose. I do want to die. You finally convinced me. After all, we're students of Hope's Peak Academy. Kusoyaro. I'll defeat Kokichi no matter what I have to sacrifice. We can't lose. I'm fine. I'll be on my guard the whole time. I'm filled with the combined power of hope and magic right now. Shuichi, I understand you don't want to believe it, but Kaito's not here anymore. Who shows up as we enter? Is it one of them? Or neither? Or both? Could be both, you don't know. We didn't say a word to one another. Silent as a tomb, we stepped into those open doors. We had lost the will to live, knowing what we know about the outside world. But somehow, despite that despair, we had found a new reason to live. To win the battle between hope and despair. But now, what do we know? We don't know what hope means to us anymore. What is hope? A burden you bear? As those thoughts pierced my mind, I suddenly stopped. I can't think about things like that anymore. The only thing I need to think about is survival. A battle like this takes me back. After all, hope and despair are natural enemies. Yes, this is truly a magnificent theme. An inverted spoiler? Yeah. We'll have to... I guess you can... Remember, you can use exclamation point hide for any jokes that might, you know, somehow be a spoiler. And then I'll catch them some other time, years in the future, when I'm rewatching this. Only esteemed works of fiction have themes as magnificent as this. Anyway, where's Kokichi? Why isn't he here? Maki was right. The person who should be here isn't. Well, I'll tell you once the trial starts. What? What's going on? What are you scheming now? It doesn't matter what Kokichi is scheming. This is the final battle between hope and despair. It all ends here. Kokichi can twist and violate the rules all he likes, but we'll never give up. Hope will never submit to despair. Oh, for the love of... No rules have been violated. Not on my watch. Whatever. Hurry up and start. We'll end it with this class trial. We'll defeat the remnants of despair, no matter what. Ooh, I wonder, the fact that she's saying that, and she's talking about sacrificing, does she intend to get everyone killed because we're actually the remnants of despair? Is that what's going on? Are we actually repeating the plot of 2? It could be. For her to say it like that, we'll defeat the remnants of despair. Because there should only be one remnant of despair at this point, and that's Kokichi. Unless she means, you know, the organization. So, get ready. Yeah, I got it. Now, let's get started. Mix equal parts life and death, add a dash of lies and truth, bake it in the fires of conflict. And when it's golden brown and bubbling, you have yourself a truly decadent class trial. And once more, we faced a class trial. Was the one who died Kaito? Or Kokichi? I can't say for certain, but I still believe. Kaito wouldn't die so easily. I don't know why I believe that so strongly. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. He's purple on here. But I will fight to prove it. I will fight with everyone. Kokichi is also purple. his living or dying, alive or dead status is unknown. It's Schrodinger's Kokichi. To grasp the hope on the other side of this truth. I will fight. I will fight in this trial of truth and lies. Tomorrow. Serve it on a platter of indecision. Garnished with a little this metaphor kind of got away from me. So, it's interesting that neither one of them showed up. Things that we know. Obviously, what's her name? Small girl. Small mage girl. You may know, but what's her other name? I want to call her by her normal name. Kimiko. Kimiko obviously brought the crossbow in, right? That's what. Ooh, unless it wasn't, right? What if this is the old switcheroo and there was something else in the bag, not a crossbow? Whenever they point out something super, super obvious, it's like, oh, maybe you're supposed to put 2 and 2 together and then be wrong. All right, so she brought in something in a black bag. Almost certainly, Maki was the one who went in with her hammer, hit the green exisal, opened the cockpit, jumped in, used it to somehow get into the hangar. Man, this is a complicated case. This has got to be the one that Rich Sabino, when he stopped in far earlier, he was like, I'm done with the game, when I was on chapter 2 or something, and he's like, I have a new favorite trial in the Danganronpa series, which I was like, wow, that's really high praise, because he adores these games. For him to say that one of the trials in this game was the best trial in the series is really something, so I'm guessing it's this one. So whatever I come up with is not going to be correct, but the fact that neither one of them showed up, and the fact that the press does not crush people if they're still alive, would mean that, and we didn't find another body. We didn't check inside the red exisal that was in there. It could be that somebody was in there, like, either trapped or hiding, and they chose to just let themselves be killed rather than attend the trial for some reason. If anyone, I think that would be Kokichi, to be like, ha ha ha, this is my final revenge. I'm killing myself in order to make sure that you guys all get this wrong and die because you can't figure it out. Possible that they're both still alive and that a different corpse was crushed in the crusher. I don't really know where else to go from there. This is going to be tough. This is going to be a tough trial. I'm looking forward to it. But we're going to do that tomorrow around 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Hope you guys can make it. As always, thank you to all viewers. Thank you to all lurkers. Thank you to everyone watching on YouTube. I'm gonna cut out way earlier than I thought I would because it was a short investigation, but that's how it goes.